You are listening to
The Free Amigos.
Hey, I'm Casper.
I'm Mark.
And I'm Tony.
Welcome to episode number 9 of the Free Amigos podcast. And today we're going to interview Simon Gronau over in Austria. We had some debate over how to pronounce his surname, but I hope I did a decent job. How are you, Simon?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Doing good. Was that a good pronunciation?
Gronau. Yeah, we usually Gronau. That would be the German pronunciation, Gronau. But I think Gronau sounds cooler. No. When you're asking.
We'll growing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all growing now. And as usual, we've got the other two of the Amigos, Tony over there in Birmingham. How you doing, Tony?
I'm good, mate. Very well, thank you.
And Casper in Indonesia, in the rain, I think. You all right, Cass?
Hello. Yes, it's I'm sheltering from the rain. It's been raining, I think, for 24 hours now.
Huh?
And well, it's nice actually. It's quite funny how people start running around here going, "Oh, it's so cold, and it is actually cold. But then you realise it's 28 degrees or something. So yeah, what are you complaining about?
It's warmer than it is here.
Yeah, it's funny when it drops below 28. When you get to 27, it really gets
Jumper
cold.
time.
You really got like, ooh, yeah, it's jumper time, and yeah, it's quite funny how that works. But yeah, no, the rain is lovely here. It's just not always doesn't come in handy when you're just on the motorbike with your with all your gear, with your laptops and cameras and all that. But I'm all good here, so yeah.
Good.
Living his best life over there. But yeah, we're going to talk to Simon today. Simon's got a very interesting but very challenging story that he's been through. We usually have people on who've been through some difficulties. We've all talked about mental health challenges in the past, but not challenges on the level that Simon's been through and is still going through. I know he's mentioned that to me, that these emotions that he's experienced are still very raw. But the theme really is about, working through those emotions, working through these difficulties and finding hope and purpose on the other side. So that's our theme for today. But before we go into that, I just want to talk a little bit more about past you've experienced, Simon.
Mm-hmm.
You're over there in Austria.
Yeah.
Is that where have you always been over there in Austria? Did you grow up in Austria?
No. I was born in Hamburg, Germany. Very big town, but I don't know much about that town because I only lived my first life year in Hamburg, and then we moved Siebenbäum. That's a place where I grew up. I lived there about 12 years. And then we moved again to what's his name? Burg Tiefe, I think. Burg Tiefe. And then we moved again to Heiligenhafen, yes. And then when I was 17, with 17 we all moved here to Austria, Tyrol.
Yodeling.
And with the whole family, with my two older brothers and my younger sister. Yeah, and since then I'm living here in Austria. Now about 21 years. Yeah, 21 years now.
Yeah, it's beautiful surroundings around there, isn't it? We look at your videos, well I do anyway, and I'm very jealous of that connection. So you've got mountains in the background, nature all surrounding you, isn't it? It's beautiful there.
The interesting thing is I discovered that only, I think, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, there was a time where I first discovered the immense beauty of the mountains and the forest. I never walked before so much and spent so much time in forest.
That's stunning, mate. Stunning.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Innsbruck. Yeah, you know Innsbruck?
Yeah.
Like the back of his hand.
Only from TV programs, travel programs that I've seen. Yeah,
Okay.
we almost went to Austria a couple of years ago. It's definitely something I'd like to visit more so in the summer months for myself than say perhaps the winter and the ski seasons. But because my wife and love it. Anything we see at the time, like anything alpine scenery in the summer months, everything just looks so clean and crisp, and it just
beautiful.
It looks perfect for your health. Just everything just shouts healthy to me.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
I just wanted to say, I don't know if you got the same there do you have the same there in the UK? That when I grew up, that whatever your problem was, the doctor would prescribe a week in the mountains. Okay. That was kind of like a saying. Like if you had like
big hill.
No. Well, I grew up in Holland. So
yeah,
that meant
you're
like
the lowlands. Yeah,
300-meter high hill. It's the highest point is 300 meters. No, it was seriously a thing that people said like, you just need a week in the mountains, mate. Right. You'll be all right. You just need a week in the mountains.
There's something very special about mountains, isn't there?
For me, it's true. It's true. Yeah, I grew up in the mountains as well, as in all the holidays as well in the winter as in the summer, and I just feel at home. You don't have to talk. It's one of those sceneries like a desert as well, where nature is just so overwhelming, like you said there, eh, Simon? That you
nature does all the talking for you, doesn't it?
Immense beauty, yeah.
Very lucky to live there, Simon. I'm very jealous of some of your videos.
Yeah. Actually, I'm really looking for places. I'm searching them. I like to walk into the forest and always looking for a new path. I like to experience every time. I like to find a new way through the forest. Often it's the same forest. Like the same place I visit about 50 times, but always take another road through the forest. I like that somehow. I like that. Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to ask, is that because we watch your videos and you're very creative and artistic, and your videos really stand out, and you're a very funny guy as well. But then going into career and work, is that, have you always been creative in what you've done? Acting or has that always been the case?
Yeah, funny thing. I actually needed to find out this, and when I started joining this place, when I started this 90-day video journey, that was the time when I found out about it, that I like making videos and I enjoy this and I want to be creative by doing it. And I found out that it gives me a good feeling when I can express myself. In these videos I can express myself. And before I started making videos, there's a lot inside of me which needs to come out, which wants to come out. And through these videos I have now this opportunity to do so. So this is really a kind of some kind of therapy, I think. And so I'm doing, I'm really making my thoughts about these videos. I'm really enjoying it. But now, what you said that they are standing out, I never thought it. I never thought about this that way, and I still don't see it that way. When somebody's saying this, because I'm just doing it, just doing my videos like everyone else, and
Think of it this way, Simon. You've done one round. You're in your second round of 90 videos now. Let me ask the question to you: how many other people, and within their videos, do you see them doing the types of videos that you do, that are so distinctive, so humorous, the broad range of value that you bring in them to other people, just away from just the generic post? Can you answer that honestly? How many other videos and other people do you see that do something that you're doing?
I don't know, maybe I'm not searching enough. Maybe there are enough out there. I don't know. But sure, thank you. I'm happy to hear that, of course. Really makes me happy and encourages me to make more of these videos. Because when I hear that people like these videos, people laugh about it, because this is my intention to make people laugh. But when I hear, okay, they really laugh about it, and they are saying things like, "You made my day," or "I'm gonna miss your videos," and I think, wow. I mean, I can't really understand why, because I'm not seeing my videos as something big or outstanding. I'm just, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I even shouldn't, because maybe then the pressure would be too big, too large. I don't like this pressure on my videos, which I had. Sometimes I have this pressure, and I think, okay, this must be a good video. Okay, how can I make this video funny? Okay, who could like this? In which way people will like it? It's not good. It's not good.
No, just do what feels good.
You obviously want people to like and comment, but I think you've got to the stage where you just do what you want to do, and the value attracts people and attracts the right people to your videos. And because you've made me laugh out loud on numerous occasions. That one with the puppet and it attacked your neck.
Yeah, I like to do one more of those. Really, I like to do one more.
It really caught me out. I wasn't expecting it. That's why it took me by surprise, and it was something new, it was something fresh, something different. It was like, wow, this is totally you, Simon.
Well, by the way, Tony, I'm telling you this now. It all started with you. When I first saw your videos, and I thought, wow, these are great videos, so funny.
If he can do it, I can do it.
I thought, well, I want to try that. I want to try that too. I said to you before, you were my inspiration. I think, I don't know, if I never ever had seen your videos, maybe I never had started making funny videos. I don't know, but it's a good feeling.
I don't recall mine being as fun as yours, though, mate. Honestly, so I'll take that as a massive compliment. So thank you.
No, you've got a gift, Simon, definitely.
Yeah.
But for anyone who doesn't know about this, we've touched on it a couple of times. This whole 90-day video journey is something that we're encouraged to do at the start of the entrepreneur's journey. We're going through with mentors, and it's probably, I think, we'd all agree, the most powerful thing we've done so far. Anyway, who knows what's to come? But putting yourself on camera and slowly getting used to expressing yourself and getting vulnerable as well. That's another thing I was going to say, is like that one you did today where I hadn't seen it before, but the one where you just really released those, painful, sad emotions on camera, something that I struggle to do, but you seem to be able to do that, get vulnerable on camera, which is a real challenge for a lot of people.
Yeah, it took some time, I think, going back about 6 years ago, I wasn't even able to show emotions like sadness. It wasn't possible. One of my big emotions always was anger. I felt it all the time, but sadness I couldn't show. I had a psychologist back then, and she always talks about in our sessions. She always said, "Okay, how did you feel back then? When you experienced that, what were your feelings?" I was thinking about, with my mind, I was thinking, what did I feel? But I couldn't feel. I couldn't tell her what I feel. I was thinking, maybe it was this one. Maybe it could be this feeling. So I was blocked. I was really blocked. And over the years, somehow I learned to step into my feelings and to release my feelings. And now, I think now is the time where I choose to do so, and how good it is for me to show my emotions. So I just took this chance, I think. So it's good for me. Yeah, of course, it was at the beginning, it was embarrassing. I didn't want to do that, show other people these states. I didn't want to, but after I did, I feel that it was a good decision. Yeah, really helped me. Yeah.
But the beautiful thing I think there also is that it's like you said, it's like when I went to a psychiatrist as well, of course, before, and when they always ask you that question, so how did you feel about this? How did you feel about that? And I could never answer that. I was like you say, you try to answer it with your mind or with your head, but you don't think about feelings most of the time. You have feelings. It's really hard to put them into mind. Well, of course, there's things when you win something, you feel really happy or whatever. But they're like the really, that's quite logical. Yeah, you won the marathon. I'm happy. Yeah, or I'm tired. But when it comes to more difficult things, and one of the things that you say now, which I find quite fascinating here, is that you said you had a lot of trouble with expressing sadness, and but the main feeling you had was anger. And
Yes.
I said the opposite to my psychiatrist 7 years ago. Because my psychiatrist said, well, I just always said, yeah, I feel sad about it. About whatever it was. I feel sad about it. And they said, he said, aren't you angry about it? And I was like, I don't know what anger is. I don't understand anger. I didn't understand the concept of anger. And I saw just frustration. So how was that for you? You must have been frustrated. Where did your anger come from?
Yeah, that's it. It's interesting too. I think it was there my whole life, from my beginning of my childhood. I can't even remember, but I know it always was beside me. Always, I was always there. Everything I was angry about. Really, everything so easily.
Wow.
Yes, but I didn't show it. That's my problem. That always was my problem. I didn't show it. Nobody knew it. Everyone thought, oh yeah, that's a really nice guy. You know, he's always friendly. He's always helpful, and he's never angry about nothing. But you know, it was all inside. Just.
But then the
didn't
funny
show
thing
it.
is,
Yeah.
the video you made today, which is a beautiful video, and I'll explain a little bit for the people that are listening, is where you you made an edit of old videos where you said, this is me, this is me, this is me, and you show old clips of yourself talking into the camera with all kinds of different emotions. One video you're dancing, one video you're crying, and everything in between. But none of those videos you are angry.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to show it, I think. I don't want to show my anger. I don't want to see anyone. I don't want to have anyone see me angry. Yeah, I think it's like a.
Why is that?
Yeah, I think it's like a forbidden emotion.
Beautiful, yeah.
But now that you're asking, I can't really explain. I don't know why.
Maybe it's a taboo. Maybe it's a taboo to talk about that you are really angry. I don't know. Maybe you must feel it that way, right? Like you say, a forbidden emotion to show.
Yeah. I was raised that way by my parents. Never to be angry, always to be friendly, doing what other people want me to do. Yeah. I was that way. Yeah.
But did that cause you some of your frustration then, because you felt like you couldn't express how you felt?
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't express a lot of the time. Yeah, a lot of my emotions I couldn't express. Yes. So that's the reason why this is so important to me. I feel it. Yeah, this video is very, very important to me. Yeah.
Yeah. I certainly feel with the meditation I've done, that anger is there for everyone, and there's times where it comes up in the day and it's acknowledging it. There's nothing wrong with it. But there's a difference between it being there and you feeling it and acknowledging it, and maybe then expressing it in a physical way, which you want to avoid. You want to be able to acknowledge it, accept it, but not act it out. Is a difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
This emotion's here, it's fine, there's nothing wrong with these emotions, sadness or anger, but for me, it's about going in, feeling it, acknowledging it, so that then you've got some element of control over it, so that you're not acting out like some people do, in a physical way, which can be the damaging thing. But that leads me on to, where I opened up on this event that you've been through, this extremely traumatic event, and I know people who've been through grief. And that's one big emotion that came through for them. Angry at life, at God, at the universe, in particular. I know, my wife has been through it, and that's something that she talked about a lot of. But I don't know how deep you wanted to go into it, but do you want to talk on that now? This moment that kind of your life changed, and how long ago it was?
Yeah, massive change. Change my complete mindset. Of course, my son Jonas, when he first became ill, that was he was 5. That was 2000. I don't know what years was. 5 years ago, I think. Must be 5 years ago. Yeah. And when the doctors first tell us about his disease, about that he has a brain tumor. The first time it was unbelievable. I thought, no, this is not true. It must be a dream. And I can remember I couldn't stay in the room. I walked outside and I walked about an hour, 2 hours, and I was thinking about this, and I was wondering, am I dreaming? Is this real? And no, I couldn't accept it. I couldn't accept it that this was real. But somehow I knew it was real. And after 2 hours, I think, I went back into the hospital, and the doctors were still there, and my wife was still there crying. And then I knew, okay, this is true. And there was a time when all these fears were coming up, running through my mind. All these fears of what's happening now. What should we do now? What is going to happen to Jonas? What will the doctors do? Will he survive? What can we do to help him? And all these questions, of course, I had no answers. And he was the operation, surgery, I think is the right word, surgery. Yeah, and he had this at the same day, the next day, the following day, he had the surgery on his brain, and that was terrifying. Yeah, that was a horrible night. It was, because it was the first time I was thinking about. I was forced to think about the life of my son. Does he survive or does he not survive? It was the first time I had to think about that. Yeah. And with that time, with that moment and the following times, I was thinking so much about life, about time, about who we are, about what is important in life. And I started my way with spirituality. I started my way into spirituality. It was 5 years ago, because I was so much thinking about the afterlife and what the importance of life and purpose. Yeah. In this time, that was the first time I was thinking about purpose. It was just so. I never thought about that before. I never thought that there could be something like purpose, because it was just my life. I lived my life like every other one, ordinary life. Nothing really important to think about. It just doing my job, my regular job like everyone else, and doing the things like everyone else. But this event forced me to change my mindset and let me think about life, what life means, what is important in life. And spirituality helped me indeed. I don't know how it started. I don't know how I first came in contact with spirituality. But it was a big help, a great help. Because through these times, through the following years, he had five operations at his brain, 5 times. And he had a lot of this chemotherapy. And you know, in every time, really every time, all these 5 times, thinking again, will he survive? Will he do it? Or will he die this next time? Yeah, really, it's... Yeah, and in these times I felt like no one could understand me. No one around me would nearly understand what I'm going through, or could be of help. I don't know if there was someone who could have been of help, but I just didn't believe. I said no one can understand me. So I was alone. That was a time where I was alone, lonely. There was no one who I could talk to, no one who could help me, and I did everything alone. I did everything on my own. Okay, I was used to this, but yeah. I don't know, all these years, can't really tell. It was a dark time. Yeah, it was a dark time. There was so much going on in my head. Yeah, of course, oh man. Okay, now we are here. Well, I'm trying to talk about it today. I'm trying to. The worst thing in these times, the most horrible time to me was the last 2 weeks before he died. Because the last 2 weeks you couldn't say he was alive. It was just, he was lying in a bed. He was lying there, he couldn't move. Really, he couldn't move at all. He couldn't talk. He couldn't eat. He couldn't drink. So he just was lying there, and he was he was not waiting, but we were just waiting for that it will happen, because we knew that it will happen. The doctors told he's gonna die. He surely is going to die. And he just was lying there on the bed the whole 2 weeks, and he couldn't do anything. And we couldn't even talk to him. He couldn't tell us if there is something he needs, if there is something he wants. He couldn't tell. And we were just waiting till it will happen. And just seeing him there lying, and one of these thoughts I had, when you see your child suffering, and it suffers so much that your wish is that he will die, because you hope that he will do better. You hope that he will have, you hope he will be free from this suffering. You just hope he will be free as soon as possible. And that was tough. When I was thinking, please let my son die. Let him die. It's the next day. So I don't want to see him suffer anymore. But yeah, of course, it was just it was me. It was. It was the spiritual times when I talked to some, when I listened to spiritual teachers, leaders. Yeah, of course, they all say, your son it was not so bad for him as it is for you, because I you know, children are different. Children are they're accepting the situations. They're good with it. Not like the adults. I of course I wasn't good with it. I couldn't accept this. He could. He did, and in fact he did it all the time. All the 3 years he accepted his situation. He was okay with it. Yes, and he was still happy, and he still wanted to have fun and play. We played a lot. We played a lot of this. What is Lego? You know, Lego figures and all this stuff. We were building Lego. He loved that. We did that a lot. Yeah, he was always looking for making some fun through all these times. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Just ask me some questions, please. Yeah.
It's hard to know what to say. I mean, you know, it's just something I can't really understand. I mean, I've got a daughter. Obviously, Tony's got 2 daughters. So, I mean, can have some empathy, I suppose. But again, it's just not something I can fully imagine. But I mean, there'll hopefully be people who are listen to this who can fully understand, and I hope all that can come out of it. Perhaps we can give them some help in dealing with similar tragedy that happens in their own life. That's what I hope comes out of a story like this. If that's all that comes out of it, if, you know, some good can come out of it. But just you mentioned spirituality there. Obviously, things like this do spiritualize people. Certainly, from my own, difficulties over the last 7 years, went from someone who wasn't particularly spiritual, had all these mental health issues, and went into Buddhism and yoga and plant medicine, and it certainly opened me up in a spiritual sense to connect with my true self, who I believe is as a soul. But who was it really that you connected with when you talk about spirituality helping you through that period?
Changed a lot.
Spiritual leaders.
No, I was always on YouTube. I think I always watched YouTube videos. I was all by myself, really. Also at work, I always had my earphones in. I didn't talk to anyone, and often I watched some YouTube videos. But who was the first one? I don't know. Tony Robbins. I knew Tony Robbins, also Mel Robbins, and I don't know. There was no. I think none of them was very, very famous. But yeah.
Okay.
I think I found the right teachers at the right time. I developed all the times from month to month. It changed. I found a new one, and I found a new one. This could have been interesting for me, and then what he said could have been interesting to me. And so I found my way through this. And but there was something everyone was talking about, and that, of course, in these times I didn't have so much. I wasn't so happy about my life. I wasn't so interested in living my life, and But I often heard that, as I said, I started thinking about the reason, about meaning of life. And then I came in contact with this thing called purpose. And purpose always, from the beginning, it was, to me, purpose was something which will give me joy. because it would be. I thought it might be something that, something that is already inside of me, and I need to find it. And after I found it, I knew what's inside of me. I knew my gift, and I can use my gift in this direction, and that will give me a feeling of fulfillment, and then I would be happy. So I thought, in one way, it would make me happy. It would make me happy. The other thing is, it would give me a meaning, because, this meaningless life, it really came after the death, after my son died. There started this point, immediately, this point of living a meaningless life. All became meaningless, everything. And I know if I wouldn't find my purpose, I would be no more interested to live this life. Yeah. Need a purpose.
Then you get to one of the most difficult philosophical points in life, as in is life pointless? Is it pointless, or does it? That's just your perspective, right? Isn't it? Is it what you make of it or not? The purpose, is that a purpose? That is someone giving you a purpose? Is life giving you a purpose? Is there a God giving you a purpose? Is the universe giving you a purpose, or are you? Is so, but the thing is that what you said is, what the doctor said is that your son Jonas will just, for him it's okay, kind of okay, and this is always a big problem when someone passes away. It's the people that are left behind are the people that suffer.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like you are being left with the mayhem of life, with the idiot world that we live in. And exactly what you just said, it's like this is a really weird thing that you just said, but I love it that you said that. You said that you wished that he would pass away, because then he would be in peace. And to be able to say that, you will need to have this feeling of that whatever comes after the suffering is better. Or maybe even nothingness is better than the suffering. And if I turn it around...
Having mercy, isn't it?
But again, having mercy would be someone having mercy there. The universe or God or... And again, you are still there. And then the third thing that happened is that you said, which is absolutely amazing, because I know what you mean there, is that you said no one could help me there. Well, you know you're not the first person that lost a son. So now you were not alone. But you're so far away from reality that you were just fully in grief and saying, hey, I'm grieving so much, no one can understand the grief that I have. And so this is the thing that the question I want to ask here is like, how did you create your own reality? Because what you see now as well is that when you went into like the spiritual journey, because there were people there that could create or explain an afterlife kind of situation for you, or maybe expand your view on how life and death works. And so for me personally, it doesn't really matter what you what video kind of I don't think that anyone matters about that, but what did you get from it? Because this is an awful situation. now we're years further. What did you learn? Where are you now, if you look back at that? Where's your growth?
Yeah. One important thing, and I also think that is something I'm not sure if I want to do, but I think somehow, someday I will do, is to tell people about the importance of life, how important life is, that we should embrace every moment of it, because, you know, that is my experience, and this is what this experience taught me, that life could end at every moment, unprepared, and we never know when, how. And with this in mind, if we keep that in mind, I don't, you know, I don't need to think about it. It is in my mind. So with this in mind, you will live differently, because your life will be, you have other values, you have other things you want to achieve, and you want to make the best out of your life, because you know you don't want to waste your life. You don't want to waste any day of your life again. Never ever again. Then you are forced to do. No, you're not forced, but you really want to do. Live your best life.
You were forced to do that by the moment you were born. The moment you were born, you got into this world, and it was like, you're going down this track, brother, and it's going, whatever is going to get thrown at you, you have to just work with it. So yeah, I do agree, you're forced to do it. Sorry, but yeah. So that's maybe the way I see it, but yeah.
Yeah, but isn't it a bit, I don't know what this word is, I would say ironically, but that we have to experience these bad things, we have to go through these bad experiences before we even can appreciate life, before we even can recognize how important life is.
This is dark night again, Mark, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to go through the dark to fully appreciate the light.
Yeah.
You know, that's what keeps going to me. Otherwise, how do you know? Yeah, how do you know that your life is amazing unless you experienced it being terrible? Yeah. But yes, you almost went from a position of nothing's important to everything's important. It's like a complete turnaround, wasn't it, in your perception of life in that time?
Yeah, when I'm looking back now, sure it was, I don't know, it is what is necessary to me, you know. I think I wouldn't, if this whole thing never ever happened and I would still be one of these ordinary guys with ordinary lives, I don't know if I would be unhappy, if this would really be important to me. I don't know. But yeah, and that's a place where I think there must be something called purpose. That I'm here, that I can learn from this, that I maybe someday I will be able to help people because of this experience, help people who are going through similar situations. So I just can't believe in coincidences. That's my problem. I don't know if I call that a problem, but no. When I'm looking back, there are so many things that can't be.
You feel fated that this might be your mission, perhaps, now to help others in that same situation?
Yeah, it's something you know who told me that? Steve Greenhalgh. He told me twice that because of my experience, what I've been through, I could be a help for others. I could help them with this. But I personally, I'm not sure about this, because maybe it's not the right time now. I'm not ready, I think. I don't know how. At some point,
because like you said, Simon, when you were going through it at the time, when you were in the eye of that storm, you said you had no one to turn to, no one could offer you help. Now imagine how many other people out there, fathers particularly, such as yourself, that you can relate to, are going through that same situation, and then if they could just have someone outside their own family and friends circle to talk to objectively, and they can empathise with them, they've been through that same experience. Do you think what help that could bring? Think of the massive value you could bring to other people, Simon.
Yeah, when I'm ready, I'm sure I will do, and I would be happy to do that. Of course. It just yeah. I think I'm just not ready now. If someone would try to ask me about this or like to talk with me about this and need my advice, I won't know what to say because I'm already in this. This is something I'm working on, I think, every day because I'm talking about this. I often think about this. Yes, I'm angry, still angry at the universe. I still have my problems with this. And I'm still thinking, what the hell, the universe, why? Why did this happen? As I said before, if my son just would die, what's normal, but a normal way, like I don't know, just without this suffering, maybe I could accept this more easily. But this way, this way he suffered. It's not. I can't accept this. It's too heavy. It's too. But I think I'm not the only one who has his problems with the universe. But yeah, your question, I'm still angry. Yeah, still angry at the universe. But I'm working on it. I need to work on this. Many people told me that okay, my mind can't accept it, or maybe my heart can't accept it. When people tell me, it's the past, okay, and your son now he's in a better place, and he's good now. He's feeling good. He's happy. Okay, so when he's happy, why do you worry? What are you worrying about? Because he's feeling good, and it's happened. It happened. It's in the past. So just forget about it. Okay, you can go on with your life and think how good your son feels. But I don't know. It doesn't work. I don't know how this could work. No.
Well, you're still very early on during all this. I don't know. I have not been through something like this, but my understanding of grief is that it is a process, so that you are. The important thing is to not think I shouldn't be angry. I shouldn't be, sad. I shouldn't be this. I shouldn't be that. It's to just kind of let whatever emotions you feel just be and observe them. That's all I can really add to it, having not been through anything like that in my life, but certainly through dealing with my own mental health problems, is not to think I shouldn't be feeling this way. Just like I feel really, really angry at God, at the universe, whatever it is, and just that's fine. I'm just going to feel these emotions, I'm just, because that's the way you process them, is to accept and feel these emotions. If you say I shouldn't be feeling this, I think that's when you get stuck in a particular part of this process that you're going through. I mean, I'm sure you'll know about this, the processes of grief, but that's what I could offer. But perhaps anyone who's going through similar, who's listened to this, Ramdas is a teacher I've delved into quite a lot, and he worked a lot with people who were transitioning, who were dying, and the people that they left behind. Certainly that's a teacher that I would recommend if anyone is in the same process that might help. But and this is, I suppose, we're coming up more to the present day now, and the journey that you're on. So what was it then that appealed to you because I presume you saw an ad like we all did on YouTube at some point from somebody within Mentors, and it kind of clicked with you that this might be if not a solution, then a way of finding that purpose that you were looking for. What happened there?
Yeah. Yes. See, this is one of these things which someone could call coincidence, but of course it wasn't. It was not. I was totally unsatisfied with my job. I knew back then I need to do something about this. So I need to find a meaningful job to create a meaningful life. I was so sick of my job. I absolutely wanted to quit my job. And I was searching for a solution. Yeah, and somehow I found this video on YouTube. And yeah, I can't remember why. It was just, okay, I want to do this. I just want to do this. Click on this video. I want to have this financial freedom so I can quit my job, so I can live a life with purpose. After all, it was my intention, because if I would have enough money, then I could leave my job and I could search for this. I could find a job which I really enjoy, I really want to do. I find a meaning in it. Somehow through this journey, this video journey, I have this feeling like I'm already on my way to find my purpose. I have this feeling that this is related to my purpose, this video making. I don't know how, but making people laugh, bringing fun into this world, somehow related to my purpose. I know this. Because purpose, I think, okay, that's what I heard, but I still believe it. Purpose is something when I'm doing something I'm passionate about. When I'm passionate about something, that might be then the right way, then I'm living my purpose. That's what I heard, and that's what I believe. I believe so, yeah. And I'm passionate about, I really like this. Okay, with this, making these videos, especially fun videos, it is something I enjoy, and I never felt this way before, really, honestly. This kind of fun and excitement, really, I'm excited to do these videos. And I'm excited to improve my videos, to find out what I can do, what can talk about, how to express myself. You know, this is some kind of, really gives me a good feeling. Yeah, it really gives me a good feeling. So, yeah.
I love that, because what you say now is that you start to make videos, you start to express yourself and help other people expressing themselves, and because that's the end question. Like, but I think that's the end question. There is in what would your son would have wanted you to do. He want you to just run around and have fun. And like we started this podcast with, see the beauty of nature, walk every day through a forest and see something new in the forest. Or you can talk to him. You can just go, look at that tree, isn't that beautiful? Oh, that one fell down. So that's what I would do, and this is what I do. But what? And because we are reaching the end of the hour of our podcast here, and yes, again, we could go on for hours and hours more. But since you've gone through, and you took us all through an amazing, heavy story, emotional story, I want to give you, can you tell us that with what you have experienced, what would you say to other people? What would you say if I give you like the stage and the microphone?
Yeah, actually this is, I believe, I'm thinking about this, making my slogan, I don't know, for my YouTube channel. I want to say this in every video. That would be, don't forget to enjoy your life. Because that's important. Because why should we live this life if we don't enjoy it?
Exactly. Yeah,
it makes no sense. If you don't search for the fun in your life, if you don't try to do the things you are happy about. There's no reason to live this life. We want to give this life a meaning. And I think the most important meaning is living your life to the fullest, which way ever this may be for you.
And can you live your life to the fullest after what you've lost? After all the things you've gone through?
I think it might be able, yes, but there's a lot of work to do inside of my head. I have to change a lot in my mind.
What would that be?
One thing would be trusting the universe, of course, that all which is happening, what happened, and somehow is to accept it and to know that it might be necessary for my way, for the things I like to do or I like to achieve. I have to learn. Okay, one of the things I need to learn. And I have to free my mind from all my fears, of course. A lot of fears, enough. These fears most people have, you know. I'm not capable of, I'm not good enough, I'm not beloved. All these, how to say, senseless, all these senseless thoughts we have. Yeah, when I can get rid of them, I can live my life to the fullest, yes. Sure, yeah.
Beautiful, mate.
No, I know you're already doing it.
I do my best, yes.
Yeah, don't forget. Yeah, beautiful, mate, beautiful.
Mark?
Yours.
Yeah, I've got crying in the background.
Oh, sorry.
So I had to mute for a bit, but yeah, I was just waiting for that to clear. But what a powerful podcast. Yeah.
It's that pink
As
cardigan
Casper said,
cast.
I like how we end up with the laugh. We
Yeah.
always end up with the laugh. Because that's what we talked about today, right? That's what we talked about. We can talk about like the really deep stuff, but in the end, the reason why Mark had to mute was because his wife and kids come in. Aww, I mean, that's good stuff.
Exactly, that's a good point. And Simon, just one point just to say about daughters. Your beautiful daughter, Johanna. We haven't mentioned her.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, of course, I could tell you a lot about her. She's my sunshine. She's my
Beautiful. So fun.
Yeah, she always has these ideas, you know. She's a bit like me. She has these crazy ideas, of course. she likes to do all this crazy stuff I like to do. And of course, she's full of power. She's energy. She's pure energy. Yeah, you know, children are just this wonderful, you know, how to explain it? It's just life, you know. Children, they are life, and they teach you how to embrace life again, to live life the right way, to enjoy life, not to think too much, just accept situations, live it. Yeah, that's what Johanna is teaching me every day. And of course, if I wouldn't have Johanna, yeah, of course, my life would be much more darker. Yeah, of course. But she's my light. Yeah, she's my light every day.
Beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
But thank you so much, Simon. That's incredible. The depth you went into there.
Thank you all.
Amazing strength to share that story the way you did. And I hope that people listening got a lot out of that, as I'm sure we did.
Hey, good thing is, we are always here for you guys.
Yeah.
We're always here because that's what this podcast is about. This podcast is not just about talking about stupid things. It's about talking about these things on how you can grow into your future. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And create freedom, because that's the whole thing. Create freedom. And in this case, how to create freedom from your own mind and your own history. Man, that's really difficult. But let's just all try to talk about this, and let's all, try to keep talking about this.
We're always here for you, Simon.
Sharing.
You know that, brother.
Yes, I know.
All right, guys.
Great.
Thanks again.
Great.
And we'll be back next week. Thanks, guys.
Adios.
Bye for
Thank
now.
you.
Adios.
Next week.
Bye.
Bye, adios.
Cheers.
You have been listening to
Free Amigos. This pod is dedicated to the memory of Jonas Gronow, gone but never forgotten.